Hey, this is an Anime Crypto to give an honest review of the High Sea Pirates, which was created by Darkmoon Tim. We'll start going through the role maps and we'll see the team actually answering some hard questions in the 365 space. According to the promo video, they need to sell 10,000 different NFTs, which go around $250 to $300 in the Matic network. But before we start going deeper to see if this is actually a true project or kind of shady. According to them, they need to sell 10,000 minted for stage 1 decoration. I mean, whatever they call development, it's not really that clear. For that to happen, they need to sell 1,000 NFTs, which goes around $250,000. For any of the promised giveaways, they need to sell 20%, and that's around $500,000. Am I the only one that finds that crazy? And if the team ever wants to sell out, they need to sell around $2.5 to $3 million on their NFT project. And last Friday, the team showed up on the Twitter space to answer some questions. And even Carly, who is the COO of this NFT project, clarified this.
I just was wondering what the justification for a $250 NFT is.
Well, it wasn't $250 originally because originally
originally it would have been a $150 NFT. What is the justification? Because everything I'm seeing here is like giveaways and marketing campaigns, and then by the time you guys collect $2.5 million, then you're gonna release the KYC, which I don't understand what that means. Like, all of it just seems like fluff, and I'm just wondering.
Sure. The main difference, and hopefully this can bring some clarification. The difference is that we could have just gone and released a token and had people, invest into a token if we wanted to. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to bring the capital to the company through a product that people can already have tangible on the blockchain. So instead of going the traditional
product,
it's the NFT. So instead of just going through and doing what all these other projects are doing, where they're taking people's money without handing them something for it, the option that the founders went with was to release an NFT project instead, an NFT collection.
Carly was having some problems answering Zoom questions, or she just wants clarification. Captain Ironfist, the co-founder of this NFT project, came into space and said this.
The reason we decided to go with an NFT launch in the beginning was for a funding round to get things off of the ground in order to pay out DAPT and the other developers that we've hired. And then those NFTs do have an intricate portion inside of the system. So the NFTs are also going to be part of our governance model. So people will be able to actually have their voices heard in what we're building and the direction that we want to take things. We wanted the community to be a big focal point of what we're building. And so they will have a voice in what we're doing and how we're building things out. So we built it in a way where each wallet will have limitations on how many NFTs they can hold for governance. That way we don't have one wallet piling up with most of the NFTs, whereas the rest of the people in the ecosystem just are left without a voice.
First question is nine. Go ahead, NDA.
I guess it goes back to Sky's question. What brings value to the NFT if everything you're saying is when we will? You have no value for the token. Is that correct?
When you say no value, can you...
Well, you keep spewing that when we will launch this, when we will do that. What have you done?
So that's kind of the point of the NFT. We recognize the people that will be buying into the NFT will be buying into something that they are investing for the future. The token itself that we'll be launching after we do get the funding round completed, which is kind of.
So why not build your whole ecosystem out? And when you're let's say 50% in, you launch the NFT so that you have value for the NFT itself versus trust us, we're working on it. When we bring this, we will bring this. When we bring this, we will bring this. That's just bullshit in my opinion.
What do you mean by funding round?
They're using the NFT to pay for everything that they're building out instead of building it out and bringing value to their NFT. When do you expect visuals?
It depends on the mint itself. So obviously we need to be able to fund the development of this.
But why do you need to keep funding something else to something else to fund something else to fund something else? Why can't you just build out, sell your NFT at the price point that you believe? Why does the NFT have to fund everything?
So the funding has to come from somewhere, right? So developers won't work for free.
Developers' pockets.
Right.
If you can't fund it yourself, why are you developing?
I don't think I understand your question. Can you elaborate?
So
developers should be funding their project, not the people purchasing your product to get it off the ground in hopes that you can get it off the ground. Because there's no guarantee that your NFT is actually going to be successful. And if it's not successful, then you leave everybody who's purchasing $250 worth of NFT behind, and you basically rug their ass. So why can't you build things up to, say, 50% up to par, then start selling your NFT, saying that you're already completed 50% of what you want to do because you funded it yourself. You're the guy who's funding it and putting the effort out, as opposed to just telling your holders to hold on for
it. Right. The thing is, when it comes to NFTs, that's why we decided to do something of this nature rather than like a pre-sale for a token, because we wanted something that we could build out where people are getting a product.
But there's no guarantee that people are going to buy it. There might be 10 people that buy it, and then those 10 people are holding on to an NFT for life that has no value because you can't complete your work. Because you're relying on funding from people purchasing an NFT.
Yes, people are aware when they purchase the NFT that that's what they're purchasing. That's why we're doing these.
Yeah, but you're shilling them hopes and dreams of what you can do. You're not telling them flat out, this is funded by you, the individual buying the product.
We don't want to give tentative timelines on that because
just a rough estimate, because it took Chip about a year to come out with their little dojo game, which doesn't see a lot of volume behind it. And they currently sit around $10 billion market cap, give or take. And this is just a startup fund, so it took Chip 1 year with the 10 billion market cap to produce a game, and this is a little startup. So a rough estimate, what would be a time frame?
It depends on which game specifically. So we do have different games that we want to build out. One of those was, like I said, that Fleet Manager that we will be adding on to over time. So it would be a little bit more simplistic in the beginning, and then over time we would release new features to it to make it more engaging. So there would be constant development on that specifically. But we do want to have other little mini games that people can play. One example of that would be pirate board games where people are playing against another player. They can just have fun that way. They can make it casual if they want to, or if they want to put some coin up for it, they're welcome to do that as well. So we'll have little mini games like that will be put up that people can engage with each other that way. And then so it just depends on which game specifically you're talking about. So we're hoping just a few months to get most of those individually set up over time after we get to the point where that's something that we want to develop.
So is there 10,000 of these things?
Of the Lord of the Libertailia mint, yes.
Okay. How many do you have to mint out before you could actually get this shit built?
10%.
10%.
So 250 grand, basically.
Well, we're actually not taking token bags. Did I say that correctly, Iron
Fist? When you launch, if you sell out this NFT collection, the team's going to be sitting on $2.5 million.
I mean, if you guys wanted to make it, can I suggest you guys maybe refund everybody their money and make it a free mint? It's 6 months down the road, and you guys haven't even minted 50 of them. What is your plans then?
That's a great question. If we get to a point where we get down that road and we haven't minted out what we had hoped to mint out, and we decide that that's not something that we could build out, obviously a conversation would be had at that point whether we decide to just move forward with our own funds or if we decide to give the funds back. That would definitely be a conversation we'd have that time. With what we're trying to build, we do want to put the community first. So if we get to a position where we can't move forward with that, that would definitely be a conversation where we could have something set up where either we just get loans or we put in with their own funds and try to build out that way and build from the ground. Or
do not get yourself into a loan, please.
Like, they didn't want to use any of their money to, for this project. They wanted to use the community's money, which to me, I mean, shady as shit, but I mean, that's my thoughts.
And they even had former Safemoon influencers like Safemoon Joe, which is now known as Squid Girl Joe, and Moon Boy promote this promise, as well the teams have been going to different spaces. With all this marketing offer, they have sold, are you ready? For a total of 14 minted pieces, and when 2 people hold onto 10 out of 14 pieces. My conclusion is that this is a money grab. The problem is that people are treating BSC coins and NFTs as a security and to make money from other people's backs. What's your thoughts? What do you think?